Democracy, one of the most reputable governments in the entire world. Those who have lived in democracy have probably thought this is the only way to live life. We can all vote, everyone has a say. Except that's not the way you actually accept things. Whenever you have something and there are alternate options, you always have to look at the alternate options. Just because you've been living in one of them does not mean that one is the best. It's people who have lived in authoritarianism think authoritarianism is not one of the best. Also, others beg to differ. So we're going to go ahead and explore whether democracy is a good thing or is it a bad thing. Let's get this started off. So firstly, let's start off with the pros for democracy. Democracies are great for other items and things. In fact, it's one of the most popular governments and one of the most reputable governments in the entire world. A country should be having representatives that are voted by its people. And since they are voted by their own people, they go ahead and they should do things that the people want. Once they're voted by the people, they go ahead and do things that they want. Well, what the people want. They do policies that benefit the people, or at least they say they benefit the people, as this guy did. But then again, all of this all depends on people who vote. And there is a flaws according to the cons. So what do the cons say about this? Well, the cons say we only get to choose people. We don't get to choose policies. That's what these guys and these guys and these guys do. Oh yeah, and also this guy also does it too. All of this is unreputable, mainly because, well, none of us get to choose any single policies. None of us get to choose what we want to do. All we get is a list of free-handed decisions instead of us making the choices. We have to choose one of the choices, and this sucks because, well, maybe the choices are not what we want. Maybe we can just go ahead and skip voting entirely. In fact, that's actually kind of legal. You're not required to vote for a president. In fact, some people go ahead and make up their own policies right afterwards. Once after they're elected, they can go ahead and do things that whatever they want, at least until they're ousted or vetoed or court-martialed out of office. I'm talking about the U.S. here mainly because all this talking is about the U.S. Now the pros go ahead and come back with this by saying, alright, yeah, here's the thing. Certain modern democracies can be made more democratic. We just need to go ahead and make out more amendments, more constitutions, so that we can go ahead and do perfect things. There are lots and lots of other people who go ahead and do lots and lots of things. In fact, those people go ahead and do democracies. Those people go ahead and make out the best democracy in the world, mainly because they did the best they could ever do. They should revise democracy so they can do other things. And they can go ahead and make benefit for the country and the citizens as well too. And then we get to the useless things. Alright, democracy is useless according to the cons. Cons say democracy is useless. All those measures, all those fail-safes, they're useless. All those rhetorical things, they're useless. They're pointless. Mainly because we only, as I mentioned earlier, we only get to choose people. We don't choose policies at all. We only get pre-handed decisions. If you forgot that already, well, they're useless. They're useless. The pros say, actually, they're quite useful. In fact, democracies can never be complete. Not everyone can vote on the same policies, because mainly not everyone has the same mindset, especially today's generation of people as well, too. All these people who go ahead and vote things, you can't go ahead and get everyone voting on the same issues. If they did that, elections would happen literally every day, and no one wants to elect every day. Also, maybe they could happen every day, every few hours, and yeah, no one wants to go through the hassle of all that. Lots of people like to go ahead and think about their decisions before doing this. In fact, it literally takes them 4 years to go ahead and make up their opinion about the current president. Well, some of them take 5 years, some of them take 7 years. But mainly because lots and lots of people go ahead and have to think about things. They have to do things. They think before they can actually go ahead and vote. This is useful because it goes ahead and gives us the time to do it. Also, too many elections. No, that's impossible. In fact, no one can actually do that. No one should even be able to do that. No one can ever have full control. And that's a fact of life. But that doesn't mean democracy is useless. It's very, very useful because even if you can't have full control, there is a lot that you can do. And yes, democratic transitions are undeniably very painful. They're very confusing. But it can happen. If we go ahead and wrap our eyes on what's literally happening, we will be able to figure out what our end result is. We realize that this is our end result. Not this. Not this. It's this. And so you do not get confused. And finally, we'll let the cons give out the final punch. So the cons go and say, this is very impractical. They're very impractical. Democracies are impractical. There are other democracies, actually, there are other types of governments that are way more forward and way more get to the point punch. And those governments, they're all way better at going to the punch, making decisions because they're not limited by people going ahead and doing things that they probably should not be doing. And so in the end, democracy will have to fall down. There's nothing. They're all a pain. And there may be proportional representation. But then again, this can be altered. This is very easy to go ahead and change and alter, mainly because the people who run the election can be bribed. So what do you think about democracy? Do you think it can happen, it can work, or do you think it needs to change or go away entirely? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you guys soon. And so, until next time, Shran out. Peace. Bye-bye.